Dr. Demeter here. Welcome to my third lecture as part of the Conviv Explained lecture series. I'm from Living Earth College and it's a pleasure to be presenting to you today. So in our previous lecture, we looked at design history. So we covered off the many thousands of years of a tapestry of her stories and histories in design, and we learnt that humans are innately designers. And after that lecture yesterday, actually, I've been really brewing on where I went when I explained design, which was the organ of imagination. I was describing design as this intuitive discipline of that we can flex our organ of imagination. And that was inspired by Rudolf Steiner. And I wanted to sort of go into a little bit more detail now to sort of tease out the definition of design today. And we're going to be talking about design futures, not design history. And this is going to allow me to really explain design as the beautiful, artful discipline that it is. I pulled a card from my Herbal Tarot deck. I sort of see it as like a creative prompt. And it was so beautiful. I pulled the Lover's card. So check this out. The Lover's card. And I asked for the audience that's watching for me to transmute and explain the concepts today. I asked Spirit, the universe, whatever you want to call it, what guidance I needed. And this card came up. And I love parsley. Parsley is such a beautiful complementary herb for salads and cooking. But in this beautiful Herbal Tarot deck that I've got, it's the Lover's card. So it's two souls uniting, or forces coming together and uniting. And it's the numerology of 6. And 6 is all about harmony and family and coming together. And now this is a beautiful thing I've discovered, and I want to take you close into my discovery as I was intuiting this lecture, was the idea of desire and design. And desire is meaning to dream and to look to the stars. And I think it connects to that concept that I introduced yesterday about the flexing our organ of imagination. But the aspect that I didn't kind of go into in too much more detail was design. And we break down that word, design, sign, to mark out, to plan. And that's something I love in design. So I love the intuitive discipline, as I shared, but I also love its ability for us to be able to do scenario planning. It's a very practical thing. And in fact, Shell, so big organizations, big successful corporations, have used scenario planning for years. And that's something I also use. There's a whole series of articles that I've written in the Tasmanian Times. If you wanted to look up scenario 2 for energy, scenario 2 for the stadium, and also quite a popular article was around justice in the university sector in Australia. And in all of these, and also there was one for local governments and a call for a change in the business model of local governments. All of these, of course, geared towards conviv, designing with life. But how I illustrate what I'm talking about in the changes that I want, I use a very technical design skill, scenario planning. I not only flex my organ of imagination, my desires of the future, but I also am rigorous in my scenario planning, using very technical forecasting methodologies through economics, the political climate, the climate, and I weave all of these facets together to inform scenarios of the future and how things can be in a conviv perspective, a with life perspective. And so this is really the main teaching today, is to look at how design is to mark out, to plan for, desi-gn. In the sign, we mark it out, we make something tangible, and we plan ahead for it, which is sort of more in that technical rigor, scenario planning, bringing it into the material world. But then there's also this beautiful dreaming and alignment of looking to the stars, looking into our imagination to bring and manifest. And I think that's where the lover's card comes in as well. It's this balancing of the heart, the head, and the hands. And that's where the Anthroposophic backbone is in everything that I'm teaching here, is we have to have a balance with the heart, the head, and the hands. And design is a way to do this. If we see and perceive and practice design in this balanced way, with this lover's energy infused throughout it. And I think there's also another aspect here with the lover's card, because it's linking in with this heart space. In times of change and times of transition, we have to come from the heart, and we have to come from compassion to understand that we're leaving the old behind and we're creating something new. And that can sometimes be really difficult for institutions in terms of change, communities in terms of change. And that's why I also think it's such a gift to be able to be sharing this with you in this community, because it's also a reminder to me as we are navigating some really challenging times here at Magical Farm because of the nature of what our farm is about, is festive agriculture. It's definitely different to the traditional rural template here in Tasmania, and there is also lots of challenges from that council perspective. But I think that with this heart-centered energy, that anything is possible, and we have to be courageous and come from the heart and create that opportunity for there to be dialogue and understanding between people, which relates to the first conviv lecture that I gave around self, relationships, community and ecology, and agriculture, and also economics and policy. All of these 7 elements that I described there need this heart-centered infusion, this lover's energy. So this is my book, Conviv, Learning to Live with Life. You can download this book through Living Earth College website, And you can also just go through to the book on the YouTube links, okay? So I want to just take you a bit closer to the blackboard because it's a bit far away for you to see. So yeah, desire, to dream, to look at the stars, and design, to mark out and plan the future. So this is a design futures infused talk today, and we're designing from a conviv perspective with life, from a life systems perspective. And we're doing that because, remember, yesterday we are in a process of remembering who we are, and we've always been in connection with each other, with ourselves, and with nature. And we have, through this industrialization and modernity, lost touch with, there's a mechanistic situation that's happened, and now we need to remember who we are as humans and get back in touch with that. So it's actually a very ancient concept, conviv, and through studying ancient culture all across the world, over time, over thousands of years, we start to see these patterns of conviv, people living with life. So I hope that this was a helpful lecture. One more idea. Check out that. So the fact that the lovers card came in, and I was sharing with you that it's the numerology of 6, okay? And desire and design both have 6 letters in them. And so that was just another pattern that I saw when I was writing up the lecture today. And I think that's a good way to finish in full circle. And we'll be in touch with the 4th lecture tomorrow. So I'm doing daily lectures at the moment to really bring forward these ideas of conviv, because I feel like we are in a time where we need to be aligning with life and these ideas. And I'll be sharing with you over this period of time and into the future. So check out the previous 2 lectures if you haven't seen them, because that might give you a bit of context. And also stay tuned for the next one. Share it with a friend, and please write to me at connect@livingearthcollege.org, and that's where, if you have any questions about what I'm sharing about, please get in touch. If you're interested in the courses that I offer, also check them out on the website. And I also offer workshops to councils, municipalities, to support organisations to really co-design with community and design the future for different places that is aligned with life. And there's some really practical and quite simple ways to do this, and that's what I've been doing for the past 20 years, and it's been quite the journey. So I come with lots of different projects under my belt that can also support your places to align with life and be conviv. We'll see you soon.